What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Wealth Hacker Labs. This is the channel dedicated to teaching you new ways to grow wealth that is not taught to you in schools or by your parents. I am your gracious host, Jeff Rose, and today we are talking about the stimulus package. More importantly, how do you get your stimulus check faster? Now, this is something I've been reporting on all last week, and the stimulus package finally passed, and there have been so many changes. I know many of you are still wondering, do you even qualify? And if you do qualify, how much do you get? And I don't want to spend too much time on that because I've already done previous videos. I'll have links to those in the show notes. But for those, just like a quick recap, if you do qualify, if you meet certain income limits, you will get a check for $1,200. Married filing joint, you'll get a check for $2,400. In addition to that, if you have any dependent children, you'll get up to $500 per child. And there's some other stipulations with that. And once again, if you're not really sure, actually let's head to the computer where you can get some more information on those limits. I've got a CNN article linked up here just talking about what those income restrictions are. Essentially, if you make up to $75,000 and you're married filing single, then you will get that $1,200 check. But really, and also too, let me give you this because this I think is probably the easiest tool, and I linked this up in a prior video. This is a nice little calculator, and there's tons of them more online now. Washington Post put this out, and just a very simple calculation to see if you qualify. And actually that first question is a great lead into how do you get your stimulus check faster? And if you read that first question, it says, have you filed your 2019 taxes yet? And basically this is what the Trump administration has put out. Those that have filed their 2019 taxes are going to get preference as far as like the first of the line, top of the pecking order, however you want to phrase it. Those that actually have completed this, you are set to get your stimulus check faster. Now, if you haven't filed your 2019 taxes, that's okay. They're going to go off your 2018 tax return. But once again, if you're trying to get into the front of the line and get that check, you want to have those 2019 taxes done. So that's just one of the things that you could do. So one thing, I'll show you this article real quick. So a lot of people are asking, like when and why is that? Why are you gonna get your checks faster? Well, they're trying to make these set up for direct deposit. So if you do not have direct deposit set up with the IRS, that's something you're going to want to set up so that you can get your check automatically sent to you. They're saying they're going to try to have it done in 3 weeks, although going based off of prior administrations, prior stimulus packages, I think you gave two examples here. In 2001, when that stimulus package was released, it took 6 weeks for the IRS to get the checks out. In 2008, it took 3 months. So is 3 weeks going to happen? I guess we're gonna have to find out. But once again, if you're trying to expedite that process, make sure that you do get your check at the fastest way possible is getting your 2019 taxes done. So how do you do that? Where do you need to do that? Actually, here's another article Forbes put out just talking about why this is important, especially if there was any substantial changes from your 18 taxes to your 19 taxes. Was there a change in your income? Was there a change in your dependents? Did you have a change of address? These are all the different factors that could tie in. And for example, maybe you made more in 2018 where you're above those income limits. Once again, that's $75,000 if you're filing single. It's $150,000 if you're filing joint. So if you made more in 2018 and maybe there was a job loss, maybe you had to change careers or for whatever reason, and you made less, and you would get that full check amount. Well, if they're going off your 2018 taxes, then you're not going to get that full check. So for those that right now, many of you maybe you don't have a CPA, you don't have an accountant that you work with, and you're like, I ain't going to go get my taxes done. Like, I don't want to go shake hands with somebody or sit within 6 feet of someone. Well, this is where the IRS actually has put a nice little resource. You can go to irs.gov. You can do a quick Google search. I'll have a link to this also in the description. And this gives you plenty of options where you can file your taxes for free. And it also gives you, depending on when your income limits are, and that way, if you don't have your taxes done and you want to get it done, and you can't get somewhere, you want to get out of your house because you're an area. Maybe it's a lot of people are getting sick, and it's like you just don't want to go out. Like, I get it. So guess what? Well, you can actually go online and take care of that online. Get your 2019 taxes filed. That way, you can get your check that much faster. Now, just to address another common question I've seen in the comments over the last week or so is what happens if you have a change of address? How do you let the IRS know, hey, I don't live at XYZ Johnson Street anymore. Actually, I have a new place of residence. Well, once again, you can go to the IRS website. They have all the resources you need. And essentially what you're going to end up filling out is this form right here. This is the IRS form 8822. As you can see, top of the page here says change of address. And this is something that you can complete online. I do believe you got to put this in the mail. I don't think you can actually submit this online. But nonetheless, you can get this filed, get it sent off, and that way you can get your address changed. But these are the key things. So just kind of a recap. For those that are wanting to get your stimulus check faster, first thing you got to do is get your 2019 taxes filed. Get that submitted, get it sent off. In addition to that, make sure that you have the most up-to-date bank deposit information. Make sure you got the right account number, the right routing number. If you had to change a bank or you're trying to do a different bank, whatever that is, make sure that you have that set up so you can get that direct deposit straight into your account. And just following these two simple steps is going to make sure that you get your stimulus check as fast as possible. All right, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel here because I've got more information coming out. Just gonna talk about different ways that you can invest that stimulus check, other interesting ideas that you can do with that, and just a ton of great information. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the Wealth Hacker channel, go ahead and do that right now. And this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.